Alright then, so we've got this 2007 Toyota Alphard, and the problem we got with it is the sliding door release motor doesn't work. So the main motor works, but it doesn't unlock the latch electronically. It does manually with the handle. So if you've got this problem, I'm going to show you how to fix it. So just to demonstrate, with the key you can press the button to make the door work. You see, and it won't close the door. You have to pull the handle open like this. You have to hold the handle. You have to hold the handle back like that to make it work. That doesn't work on the key. Doesn't work on the button inside. And the reason for it is there's a little motor inside, which looks like that, which becomes lazy or something, or tired. So I've connected this up to a 12-volt battery, and it kind of works. It kind of struggles to go around, doesn't really work very well. So I bought some new ones on eBay. Yeah, they were only like £5 from China for two. To be honest, they're not brilliant. Yeah, now the main difference is there's a few problems I've got with these, but I've managed to fix the other door. So they do work, but you have to do a few little modifications. So you won't probably be able to see this very well, but on the original motor, right, it's got a flat on the shaft, whereas on the replacement motor it's just round all the way around. It hasn't got a flat on the shaft. So I used a little mini grinder to create a flat on the shaft so that it connects to the worm drive properly. And the other problem was that the polarity is different. So basically it spun around the wrong way. So what I've did is switch the wiring, the positive to negative, not on the whole car, just on the little motor loom. So I'll show you that in a minute. I've put a note as well next to it, so the next person who comes across it, if they end up having to replace the motor and it doesn't go around the right way, it's because I've switched the polarity so that this one goes around the right way. These were only like £5 for two, so it's pretty cheap. We'll see how long they last. Don't see any reason why they shouldn't last a reasonable period of time, apart from they were cheap. Anyway, so we'll get started, and I'll take you through the whole process of how to fix it. Okay, and wish me luck. Right, so to get started, you want to turn the switch off inside to the left of the steering wheel, so that the motors, so the electrics are off. There's a little screw here which requires a Torx 25 bit to undo. So take that off. Then you need a prizing tool. You might be able to use a plastic spoon or something like that out the kitchen if you ain't got one. Just get that in there. Start popping them off. Remember to lock the door, because the little lock gets in the way of to remove it. The little lock thing on the inside with the red tab, you need to push that in. That velour bit at the top stays in place. That doesn't come off. Nearly there. And the last one, the one at the back's a bit tricky to get to. That's it. Right. Unplug the electric window thing. The little latch on it. Right, that's that out. Okay, so that's the door card out. Right, a little bit tricky in here now to video and to show you. Right, so this thing here is the problem, the place where the problem is. Do you need to undo 3 screws? They're like M10 with a with a Phillips insert, and there's 3 of them. There's one there. They've got like a rubber grommet around there. There's one there. There's one around the back here. There. Yeah. Hopefully you can see that. You've got a little plug here that's got to be disconnected. Yeah, and then when you get that mechanism off, having undone those things, then there's like a cable connector on the back. Yeah, disconnect that and then the whole part will be free. Right. So here's the part. Now to get that little thing off there, kind of twist it and it just pops out. Yeah, and this thing here, you push it to one side. Push it to one side like that and then that pops out. Okay. The cable connector's got a little insert that you push in there and that comes out. Okay. There's the bit. Right, so you have to undo those 3 posi drive screws. Okay. Right. Okay, got flies buzzing around here. It sounds like a motorway or something, racetrack. Okay, let's undo these 3 big screws here. They've got thread lock on them, yeah, so they might be a bit stiff. Well, that releases the like the metal chassis. Right, then you got so you can see this. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little silver screws. Unscrew those. Okay, and then pop the thing open. There's the gubbins inside. Okay, there's the little motor. Right, so just get a little flat screwdriver and pop the motor out. And the little worm drive comes off. Yeah. Okay, so there's the motor out. Right, like I said, I'm going to wear down the little shaft because it hasn't got a flat on it for the worm drive. So I've got my little mini grinder here, and I'm going to just put a fingernail on the end of that shaft to stop it from wanting to spin round on the grinder. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the little stubby end there. Yeah, just to try and give it a bit of friction. Okay, I think that's going to do it. Yeah, you might have to fiddle around with it for a little while, but yeah, that's fitting on there. All right. Okay, so I've got the motor back in there with a little shaft on it, the new motor. Just clips in. There's no wiring. There's like two little tabs which go into the motor to connect it. Put that thing back on. Doesn't seem to make any difference how that goes on, I don't think. Put that cog back on. And then put it all back together again, pretty much. Reverse of how it came apart. Put all the screws back in then. Right, we're all back together again now. I noticed that on the driver's side, on the wiring loom, there was like another little additional component, which I think was some sort of suppressor, interference suppressor probably. So I'm just going to check this before I put it all back together thoroughly, that when I activate it electronically, the mechanism spins round and you know, obviously pulls on the cable, because on the other one, when I activated the mechanism, it tried to go the other way, and it was obvious that it couldn't because it only goes one way. You can see the motor was trying to push it the wrong way. Yeah, so I'm just going to test that just to see if this one's got the same issue. Right, before I fix this all back on, I'm just going to test it. I've got my key here, the remote control one. Right, and we're looking for this thing to spin round clockwise and pull on that cable. But on my other one, like I say, the motor, the polarity must have been round the other way to the original one, and it didn't spin round the right way. Right, ready? Alright, there you go. So you could hear it whirring, trying to do its job. But it's actually it's spinning the wrong way round, and still no joy. Okay, so I'm going to reverse the polarity now on the wiring. Okay, so I cut the wire and I've put positive to negative and negative to positive. There's reverse polarity of the motor. Yeah, obviously I'm going to tape it up well to make sure that there's no short circuits or anything. Right, so it's all plugged back in, the cable's connected. Just going to test it again now. Right, now watch that cable, see if it works. See? Ooh. Okay, you see that works now, can't you? Even it's a bit of a bodge. I mean, I don't like having to cut wires and resolder them, but I don't know why they'd make the motors with the opposite polarity. It's not like they were left and right handed motors, so you could buy one or two and there was no difference between the two. Alright, just to show you again, watch how that works. Okay, so screw it all back together again, then put all the door lining back in and reconnect the electric window connector. Don't forget that. Alright, I'm I'll catch up with you once I've done all that. Now I found the easiest way to get the door card back in is to put it into place, you know, with the door open like that. You with me? Just put it into place like that. Obviously you've got your electric door turned off now, right? Then partially shut the door. Remember to do that wiring connector. Hopefully there'll be enough room to get your arm through. I think there is. Yeah, shut the door and then pop it back on, rather than try and struggle with it down the side, because I found the clips kept on falling off all the time when you try and struggle with it down the side of the door, you know, with the door wide open. Okay, right, and there you have it. So all back together again, got the door card back in, done screw up. Just one thing I remember, when you take it, the little mechanism apart, just relocate some of that white lithium grease onto the worm drive so that it's got lubrication again. Anyway, moment of truth. Half the job. There you go. So those motors cost, I think, about £5.50 or something on eBay. I'll put a link in the description of the part. Like I say, the polarity was the wrong way around, the motor spun round the wrong way, and also the shaft was round and needed to have that flat done on it. So you might want to look out for a motor that's got a flat bit. Also, I'll take a photo of the original one so you can see the part numbers and stuff of the original motor. See if you can track down that one, which will obviously be better than mucking around with the wiring. Alright, well thanks for watching. I hope this is of help to you in being able to sort your Toyota Alphard sliding door problem out.